Let's just go. It was a group effort tonight, although Kelsey Mitchell was sort of carrying the thing on her back for a while.
Kelsey, how are you going to respond? Oh, I'll just go 9 for 19, 23 points, 3 assists.
Had put a 12 and 11 out there. Natasha Howard with an 11 and 16 situation.
Since July 11th, Kelsey Mitchell has dropped 20 or more points in 8 out of 10 games. The Fever have a 7-3 record.
What happens when your team has all the talent but still struggles against weaker competition? The Indiana Fever just grabbed a crucial win over the Dallas Wings, but something about the victory felt off. Was it coaching decisions, missed opportunities, or something else altogether? Stay tuned as we break down how Kelsey Mitchell's 23-point masterclass and Aliyah Boston's double-double saved the day against all odds.
A game over a team like Dallas? You know, it feels sometimes very underachieving.
The game. So Natasha Howard settling in. She had a rough game against the Phoenix Mercury as well. She came back. She played well.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video.
Playoff berth. Indiana Fever won 4 straight. Kelsey Mitchell, after going 3 for 10 against the Phoenix Mercury.
Now that they've got this victory, this has not been updated yet, but 16 wins. It'd be 16 and 12.
Don't look now. The Indiana Fever have won 4 straight games, climbing up the standings. Currently,
imagine this. The Fever walked into the game as clear favorites. 6th place in the standings, fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive, facing a Wings squad sitting on an ugly 8-21 record. On paper, this was supposed to be handled by halftime. But if you actually watch the game, you know it didn't play out that way. For a team that has shown flashes of dominance this season, the Fever made this game way harder than it needed to be. Right from the jump, something felt off. Defensively, the Fever were a step slow on rotations, leaving shooters open and giving Dallas second chances they had no business getting. Even their offense, which has been one of their strengths, seemed out of sync early. Shots weren't falling, especially in the first half, where they put up a disappointing 38% from the field.
The lower end teams in this league, even with Al Clark, we should be able to beat them, and we need to handle business.
7th, the Valkyries, the overachieving Valkyries for an expansion team, is still in 8th place.
Combine that with some questionable lineup choices, and suddenly a game that should have been straightforward turned into a dogfight. Take Coach Stephanie White, for example. She raised more than a few eyebrows when she benched Chloe Beebe, who was heating up, right after her streak of back-to-back threes. Not to mention, Lexi Hall barely saw the court, even when it was clear the team needed some spark from the perimeter. Call it strategy or a coaching misstep, but those moves definitely didn't help the flow of the game. Now give Dallas some credit because they showed up more prepared than anyone expected. Despite their rough season, they came at the Fever with serious energy, crashing the boards and forcing turnovers that kept them within striking distance. Players like Satu Sabali hit tough shots, keeping the Wings in the game long after they should have been out of it.
Let's just go. It was a group effort tonight, although Kelsey Mitchell was sort of carrying the thing on her back for a while.
Kelsey, how are you going to respond? Oh, I'll just go 9 for 19, 23 points, 3 assists.
A little ways behind the Dream. I don't know if the Dream are playing right now. As of right now, the Fever are in 6th place.
If you thought the Fever could coast to the finish, Dallas made sure you stayed glued to your screen. Even so, late in the game, the Fever turned it around. This wasn't their cleanest win, but they gritted it out when it mattered. And leading the way, Kelsey Mitchell and Aliyah Boston. Their performances changed everything when this game threatened to spiral out of control. You know what's crazier than the Fever almost falling apart against the Wings? The way Kelsey Mitchell and Aliyah Boston just refused to let it happen. Seriously, when the game was up for grabs, these two were unstoppable. Let's start with Mitchell. She came into this matchup with the pressure turned all the way up. After a rough stretch of shooting performances, the question was simple. Could she bounce back when her team needed her the most? The answer was loud and clear. Yes, she could. Her 23 points weren't just padding the box score, they were the lifeline the offense desperately needed.
Natasha Howard ties her career high, 16 rebounds, facing her former team. Natasha Howard always plays well against the Dallas Wings.
6 assists. Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston both had 5 assists. They were distributing the ball out.
Those 10 games, Aliyah Boston, after scoring 14 straight points in the fourth quarter against the Phoenix Mercury, coming back.
Mitchell was everywhere, nailing mid-range jumpers, attacking the rim, and sparking the offense every time things started to stall. And let's talk about that behind-the-back pass to Natasha Howard. That wasn't just a moment in the highlight reel. It summed up everything you needed to know about her leadership. The way she's evolved into making plays like that, it's a game changer for the Fever. Then there's Boston, who decided that controlling the paint was her job, period. Double-double? Of course. 12 points, 11 rebounds, and an unmatched energy every time she hit the floor.
Since July 11th, Kelsey Mitchell has dropped 20 or more points in 8 out of 10 games. The Fever have a 7-3 record in
2 minutes for Kelsey, 9 of 19, 23 points. That field goal percentage made a very, very nice comeback.
Go into Dallas without Caitlin Clark, and yet again, walk out of Dallas with another victory, 88.
She wasn't just rebounding, she was cleaning up misses and out-muscling anyone who dared to challenge her. Her presence inside forced the Wings to think twice about every drive, and while her scoring was solid, it was her board work that gave the Fever the edge they needed. Every possession she fought for was like gold in a game this tight. Natasha Howard deserves her flowers too. She quietly pulled down 16 rebounds and added 11 points, giving the Fever second chance after second chance.
Sophie Cunningham threw in 6, including a couple of buckets late in this game. Chloe Bibby,
78. We've said this multiple times. We need to win the games that we are supposed to win.
had put a 12 and 11 out there. Natasha Howard with an 11 and 16 situation.
Without her work on the glass, the outcome might have looked very different. Of course, both Boston and Howard had to play it smart, as foul trouble started creeping in. They got nicked with whistles, but kept their composure and played through it. So, without Mitchell's spark and Boston's dominance, this game could have easily gotten out of reach. They didn't just step up, they carried the Fever when it really mattered. The Fever escaped with a win, but it wasn't the confidence-boosting performance fans hoped for. Sure, Mitchell and Boston were incredible, but the rest of the game exposed cracks. Can they keep putting the weight of these wins on two players? That's the question heading into the playoffs. Stephanie White's decisions, like benching Chloe Bibby mid-hot streak, didn't help settle those concerns either. This game felt like a reminder. This team has potential, but consistency will be everything. What do you think? Can the Fever iron out these issues and make a serious run? Drop your thoughts below and subscribe.